with him a vertical oyster garden. It's what we construct. There's 20 shells on a single coconut fiber rope. And Vince is going to explain just a little bit of the process on how they attract the oysters and why the baby oysters attach and what happens after that.
He'll tell you.
So please, my brother Vince Marino. Thank you.
Good afternoon. So the journey of a vertical oyster garden starts on your guys' table. We use Captain Eddie's down there in the Comas. They save their shells for us, and we recycle them, pick them up bi-weekly, and from there they're taken to our volunteers who drill holes, and then later to be strung on coconut fiber rope. Once they're strung up, we find homeowners who have docks who are willing to let us deploy them. And a little bit how oysters work. The male and female release their seed into the water column that mixes, creating a larvae that floats through the water, and they're looking for a hard substrate to stick to. And since we've dredged so much and have so many seawalls out there, they don't really have a home. So we like to call these oyster condos because it creates a home for oysters and many other things. So when that larvae floats through the water and finds a vertical oyster garden, it sticks to it and starts its life. It takes about 6 months for it to grow fully. After 6 months of one vertical oyster garden being in the water, we did a study and found that it had 1,500 barnacles, 173 oysters, 5 sponges, 15 worms, 4 mussels, 22 crabs, 1 skillet fish, and a whole lot of shrimp, which if you're a fisherman, that's a good thing for you. So one adult oyster can filter 50 gallons of water every day. So if you have 173, they're doing a lot of work. And that's good for our waterways and good for us.
You can play the video now.
Yep, and then we have a little video of how they work.
It's not showing. What's not showing on the screen? Alright. I don't know why it's showing on the computer but not up there. It's just a video showing like the whole cycle. But that's weird.
Well, we can see it.
I know, you guys can see it. Alright,
Let me see if I can.
that's okay.
That's all right, don't worry about it.
It's so weird. Here, just pause it. Pause it. Melinda, you can pause it. You can pause it because no one can see it. So.
Sorry.
Now, after a vertical oyster garden is grown up, you may think, what happens next? So, after about a year or so, just like we did a project down in Charlotte Harbor with the CCA, they dumped mounds and mounds of oyster shells to create a reef. And we took some of our year-old oyster gardens and planted those on top of the mounds, acting as pollinators to get that reef going and expedite its process in becoming a thriving oyster garden. So that's one way that we repurpose and continue the life of a vertical oyster garden. So next up, here comes Matt DeMasi. He's going to tell a little bit about how we get into the community.
Good job.